StevenShaw here with another guitar lesson. This is guitar lesson number 2, so if you haven't watched the first one and you're a new beginner, then start there, because we just go over some foundations, some beginner stuff. First, let's make sure you're tuned. Use your app or a tuner. Make sure you're all tuned up, but if not, make sure it's E, A, D, G, B, E. I know that was fast, but you should be already tuned. So I taught you 3 chords and half a scale last time. I taught you the whole scale, but we're going to finish it today. So today we're going to start with, I'm going to teach you A and E minor, technically. Actually, I'm going to teach you A and E minor because it's going to be part of a little song. It's going to be like a kind of a little riff that you can take with you. So like I said before, I'm not music theory savvy at all. And so I don't even know what this A is technically called, because we have an A major, A minor, but we're going to be right in the middle. Kind of an A open something or other. So the A major will pop up right now. Bam. An A minor. Pop up, bam. But here's the one I want you to play for this song. So remember, screenshot the chords so you can have them, you can send them, email them to yourselves and print them out, so if you don't want to always be on your phone when you're trying to practice this stuff. But so we got that A and then an E minor. Okay, so with those 2 chords, I'm going to teach you this today. Nice little picking pattern. Last time I forgot to share with you guys that kind of a normal strumming process. I never really even thought about strumming as like an obstacle to get around, but a lot of people have a hard time figuring out like what's the right strumming pattern for various songs. That's just something you're gonna have to train with your ear, I'm sure there's some tabs and chord charts that can tell you like what they're strumming, but for the most part, you're just going to have to hear it. A lot of times you can just kind of feel and kind of strum your own pattern as long as it's going to be in time of the song. But a classic one, if you want to practice just these chord switches, like last week we learned G, C, and D. So it's called down, down, up, up, down. So you're strumming down, up, down. So it sounds like this. Down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, down. So that's very kind of classic foundational, beginner strumming pattern. That's a good way to practice, just to get your transitions down and make sure they're in time. Another app you might want to download or thing you might want to buy is a metronome, because learning how to play in time, like just training your ear not only for tone, but also for timing. It's hugely beneficial. If you want to take this stuff seriously, timing's huge. So let me teach you that picking pattern real fast for that A. So you're only, for both those chords, you're only using the middle 4 strings. So just your A, D, and G, B. Okay, we're not using either of the E's. No high E, no low E. So it's just from A string, and then back up, or back down, however you want to think about it, down to the floor or note-wise down. So up, down. And then what I like about this is it's a little confusing because we're not just doing up and down. That's what that would sound like. But we're kind of doing a stall, so it's like you're starting over again. It's like you went like you're sort of going down, back up, and then like you're gonna go down again, but then you start over again. So that's the A, D, G, B, G, D, A, D, A. Understand? So it sounds like. Switch to the E. If you can see the switch there. What's my foundation? Remember we talked about last time. There's usually a foundation finger that you can stick to. So it's my middle finger, right? All I'm doing is sliding, so I've got my... You could do this, so this is a fine way, and I think this is what the chord charts are going to tell you, finger 1 and finger 2, and you can just bounce like that. It's going to be harder to transition and less smooth sounding, but you can do it. Watch. Right? But I like this one because it's smoother, easier, and foundational because you go from the second and third finger, which is my middle and ring finger. I remove the ring, slide the middle up, and put the pointer down for my E minor. Picking pattern real slow for a second just to make sure you guys are getting this. And then when I change, still in time. Okay. So that's the A-ish chord and E minor. Make sure you're always paying attention on the chord charts. There's above the nut, I have the little, this is the nut right here. On each picture I have the word nut written right here. So when you're looking at your chord charts, it's like looking at the guitar like this. The nut word is right here, and then you're seeing the chords being played like this, okay? And then for the scales, you're looking at your piece of paper like this. Almost, I'm more like, even if you were to lay your guitar down like this is how you're seeing your scales written out. So like the one we had last week was 3 5 2 3 5 2 4 5 2 4 5 3 5 2 3 5. I just messed up my fingers. Now, hopefully you got that down. If not, keep practicing. That's all we went over last week. But now all you do to complete the scale is now do it in reverse. So it's. Strong, your callus strong, making all the chords you learn a lot easier because everything's getting kind of spread out and stretched and strengthened and all that good stuff. So here's the chord, the rest of the chord popped up. So you see how it goes up and then back down. It looks like a pyramid. So 3 5 2 3 5 2 4 5 3 5 2 3 5 3 5, and then it goes into reverse all the way down. So you just follow that in reverse. So practice that. So let me just teach, since we're on A and E, I'm just going to teach you these because by now, see, the more you learn, the quicker and easier it's going to be to learn more. So if you've really dove into last week, just the 3 chords, G, C, and D, working on the transitions, working on that scale, then this should be easy. So you got your A, but you got your A major, which is major means like happy sounding. Minor, kind of sad sounding. And then the E minor, which is part of the song we learned, and E major. So all those are going to pop up, screenshot them. They're just, just one finger variations, so they're really easy to learn. So you can literally just learn like 5 chords for this session. 4, 5. On the chord charts, make sure you're paying attention to above the nut, there's going to be X's or O's. O's mean those strings are being played open. So when I play an E minor, there's 4 strings that are being played open, meaning no fingers are on those strings. and then you've got the dots to tell you which fingers and where they go for your chord. But open means open, right? They're not playing anything. The X's mean you don't play that string. So on an A major or A minor, you're playing there's the A that's open, there's the high E that's open, but there's an X over the low E, right? There's going to be an X above this string right here because you don't play that string. So that means you don't play it or it's going to sound kind of weird, kind of dirty as opposed to... Okay. So just all those little things. Everything's written down for a reason, basically. Trying to make it simple as possible. So the quicker you start to be able to decipher those little things, the faster you're going to learn stuff. So I think that's it for today. A little bit shorter of a session, but I taught you a lot. Again, remember, I'm going to be able to fit more stuff and teach you things faster the more that you're learning. And so next time we'll probably actually, we'll finish off a couple more chords, but then also maybe teach you like a riff, you know, like a good old classic. Kind of, it's cliche to teach that, but I think it's a great tool. And I'm going to teach you 2 riffs that I do them not in the original key, but it's kind of on purpose. I'll explain that why later. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Hit the subscribe button and the alerts so you know when I post these, and have a good day.